Welcome and welcome back. We have got another reveal, our second to last relic. Let's talk about it. Wow, and what a nice apron, too. Yes, we got ourselves the Stinky Shark right here in Tier 6. This is called Eternal Sustenance. Missed opportunity. They really should have renamed it Stinky Shark, I think, just for the league. Food is no longer consumed when eaten. So, a combo that everybody's going to have access to would be Sharks into Karambwans. It's a 38 heal. You're never going to have to bring more than the 2 food. Now, you can do a little better than this. There's going to be a couple different areas where you can get higher healing foods. So things like anglerfish, dark crabs, manta rays. Those heal 22. So that makes that little combination I just showed heal you a 40. You can also get this through transmutation by leveling up your raw fish and then cooking them. So that's kind of cool. If you don't care about jamming fish down your gullet, well, you can also do that with moonlight meat. Now, you do have to do 100 hunter rumors in order to cook it, but it is technically the highest healing food in the game. It heals a 14 plus 12 a little bit later. So maybe you don't want to be smashing the food down because it slows your attacks down. Then that's sort of a solution for you. This is also going to work with something like Purple Sweet. So if you want to tick eat infinitely and maybe getting your fancy looking fire cape, or I don't know, you're doing some weird prayerless Coliseum run or something like that, then that could be helpful. Probably not going to apply to most of us in the league. There are also a couple of other interesting foods in the mix. So things like Jenga berries, which give you back 1 prayer. Now, I know a lot of people are talking about this as ooh, it's now infinite prayer. It also lowers your defense, so that's not exactly ideal. 1 prayer point for -1 defense level, and I mean, just like if you drink some of the negative potions in the game, I mean, this defense thing is going to stack downwards. So, yeah, you can get 99 prayer out of this, but you're going to be 0 defense by the end of it, which may or may not matter to you. Granted, there are some boosts in the combat mastery tree, so that will help cancel out this. If you have something like a permanent defense boost from one of those points, then maybe you could use this as an infinite prayer potion. It's gonna take you a while though. I don't love that it's 1 prayer point, but as an emergency situation type of thing. This will also work with pies. So there are a couple of pies in the game that give you stat boosts that could be useful for some skilling tasks, things like that. Now, hey, what is this trash can doing here? Well, anyway, let's keep singing the praises about this relic, shall we? Where is this going to work for you? Well, any of the difficult content, particularly for wave-based content. So things like Doom, the Coliseum, and the Inferno, those are going to be really good. But also, the difficult content. So I know a lot of people struggle with Corrupted Gauntlet. Well, you only have to get 1 fish, so it's going to save you some time in the prep phase. And it also means you don't have to worry about getting completely wrecked in the fight because you're never going to run out of at least the food side of things. This doesn't give you infinite potions, so you still would need those, but normally food is a bigger part of the battle there. Likewise, with something like the hard mode versions of the Desert Treasure 2 bosses, those are typically really difficult. Now, I will say, it's kind of hard to out-eat them. So, I don't think that this really forces you through the fight. I think you're still going to have to learn some of the mechanics there, but it is definitely going to make it easier because you're not going to run through your whole inventory of food if that's been your problem. I know for myself, though, on a lot of these guys, my problem is more so I get 1 hit, and this relic does not save you from being 1 hit. Is it me, or is that trash can getting bigger? It is a nice quality of life item. I mean, your inventory is going to look something like this, right? You bring your highest healing food, you bring your Karambwan so you can kind of eat those together and get a little bit more healing out of it. Maybe you bring a Jenga berry for your emergency prayer potion, and then you just fill this with whatever else you want. Probably prayer potions, but there is a little bit of prayer regen out there. Maybe a couple of boost potions. Maybe you've got some heavy weapons in there for blind bag, whatever it may be. So it is nice. But okay, yeah, that trash can, it's big, and it's big for a reason, okay? I don't know, man. There is so much healing in the combat mastery tree, the demonic packs. On the melee side, you have things up here where if you don't take damage and you're wielding a shield or an offhand, it's going to heal you. You have things like this where if you're attacking with melee you have things like this here where if you're attacking from melee, it's going to heal you based on the tile distance between yourself. And there is a double distance for melee, so it's actually going to work with every melee weapon. It is going to be a little stronger for like a halberd build because you're going to end up having like 7 tiles between yourself. But I mean, man, like this already is going to be a lot of healing just in general. Plus, if you're in Mauritania, you got things like the Blood Fury just passively healing you up there. And that's only one style. But if you go down the mage route, well, I mean, you get healing from both regenerating water runes and also the water mastery once you get on the end. So things like water surge, ice spells, if you include that one, even blood spells, all of this is doing a lot for your HP. And as some of you had pointed out yesterday, there's even synergy with charge staff. So if you're doing a charge staff build, well, you just make sure that you pick up this one where when you regenerate water runes, you heal. And there's a couple of other pieces here where if you regenerate charge staff charges, then it also regenerates the runes. So like you're going to be getting healing. It's maybe not going to be as powerful as a just straight up water build, but considering these can get down to 1 tick, I mean, you're going to be healing like 1 or 2 HP every tick. It's a lot. It's a lot of HP. It's a lot of healing. Now, range is maybe the one that benefits from this relic the most, but dang it, man, you still have healing options. And I didn't put the blowpipe on here because I didn't want to lean so hard into like special attacks. You do have that as an option, but it's sort of like a consistent healer. If you're in the wilderness, the King's Barrage, well, if you go down the water tree, it benefits from those heals. And if you're in Kourend, you have a bow that its whole purpose is literally just to heal you. So like, I don't know, man. And I hear some of you saying, well, at least it helps you early. No, it doesn't. It's in tier 6. What? It's so deep into this tree. If this was like a tier 2 or tier 3 or whatever, okay, sure. Like, in the first day, a lot of folks are going to get into like tier 3, maybe tier 4. I don't know, man. I mean, I guess on your way to getting your build, maybe there's an argument to be made because some of these builds require like a decent amount of gear. But we're talking like, by the time you get to tier 6, let's be real. You're going to have like 10-ish combat mastery points if you're bad at the game. So yeah, you're not doing the tough challenges. You're going to have 10 points because you probably already unlocked your second area. And I'm not counting Karamja in there. So like, you've got a lot of options already by the time you get to this thing. I don't know, dude. I don't think it's good. And of course, it's in tier 6. So what is it competing against? Well, the Slayer Relic and Grimoire, which, I mean, yeah, there's some like specific cases where maybe you could take this and not feel too bad about it. I mean, my general recommendation in this tier is going to be the Slayer Relic, because it just means more damage. It makes Slayer really easy. You're getting some extra, like, superiors and things. That's just going to be really nice. Most of the bosses in the game can be Slayer tasks, so, like, it's helping you in so many ways. Now, of course, if you're Mauritania and you're melee, maybe you don't want this as much because you already get the Black Mask, so you're losing out on, like, the passive Slayer Helm bonus that comes with that one. Likewise, with Fremnik, V's Helm counts as a Slayer Helm eye. So, like, yeah, it loses some of the benefit. That's not the only reason you're taking the Slayer Relic, though. It's not, like, crazy. And then it's also, Grimoire, like, if you want access to ancient spells or rigor for your ranged build, then, I mean, that's going to be really good. There's a thing in the Combat Mastery tree which makes prayers 30% better for ranged. So, yeah, I mean, if you're not in the desert in Kourend, you probably are taking Grimoire. So then that leaves Stinky Shark over here, like, I guess if you just pass the filters of everything, the caveats, yeah, someone in the last video said I love my caveats, look at me go. If you pass through all of those caveats, then, okay, sure, take the Stinky Shark. Would I reload into the Stinky Shark? I don't think so, man. This does not seem that powerful to me. It had potions, for sure, but, like, just as HP heals, man, there are so many HP heals in the tree. I don't know, dude. And I think tier 6 is just a little bit too far. Because if we got this early, at least it helps you grind out some of those early bosses and get you through that sort of like early mid-game slog. It'll help you get more mastery points and things like that too, right? Because you can get to those bosses that are going to be more challenging, but are still points in your areas. So you get to them a little bit sooner. I mean, I would like that. Maybe if you've done some like really hard skilling task stuff, then you've hit tier 6 before you get into the PVM side of the game. So, like, maybe you can still get that benefit, but I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think most people, you're just not going to need this. There's so much other healing out there. But now it is time to update the board. It has been awful the last couple of times, and this is no exception. Here's what we were looking like the last time we got ourselves a relic, and there is only one left. We got ourselves also a second trash can. Yes, I'm committing to it. This is a Stinky Shark after all, and you know where it gets stinky? In the bin. Shark relics in the bin. It's toast. It's done. I don't know. If you want to take that thing, and tell me why, because I don't see it. I think genuinely nobody needs this thing. It's not even saving you from being like one hit in the Inferno. So like, what are we? The flask, dude. The flask in tier 8 heals you to full. What are we doing with this? It's trash. That's it. It's just trash. But I digress. I am covering all of the daily leaks. There's at least one of them left. And I've got a couple other videos that are coming out before the league to help with some of the planning. Get yourself prepped. So if you want to see those, make sure to subscribe. And if you want to tell me just how much you love Stinky Sharks, make sure to join the Discord and hit me up. Does anybody like this relic? I mean, really, come on. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.